Pow!
What up? All my fellow Americans, it's your patriotic duty to go vote.
Yes.
Get out there and vote.
Yeah, look, Ray he's got his sticker. What does it say, Ray? I voted.
I voted.
Yeah.
See, I thought they gave away cookies. Apparently, that's when you donate blood. I was wrong.
Look.
I showed up for my cookie. I didn't get it. I don't know.
I no. We had stale old donuts last year, man. I went,
Oh. What was that for? Giving blood or voting?
Voting.
Oh, you gave you stale donuts.
So for the past, like we've been in this house for what? Oh my God, 15 years, and we've been going to the same voting. It's a church, and it's all these old people over here.
Hey Ray, but did the donut do what it was supposed to? Did it cleanse the palate from voting?
Dude, I didn't. I walked past the donuts, but it's the same volunteers, the sweet people. They've been there for you. I'm like, when are you gonna die? God, Lord,
don't say that to old people.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna be volunteering soon. But no, they make sure you got your pen and your pencils. They tell you the rules. They take you over, and you just hand them. And here's your tag. Make sure you hold on your tag. We can text you to see if your vote counts.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's America. Not every vote counts. Rokk, I don't know if you're familiar.
So the way it works over here, I don't know if this is the same for you guys. So like you, we go to an old church or a village hall or some kind of community area, and there's usually a couple of people at the front. Sort of, don't forget to vote for this party or whatever. And then you go, yeah, whatever. And then you go in, and there's a row of people. And you sort of they give you a card before they post you a card. Yeah. So you go in and they go, oh yeah, it's your name and address. Just check you off. Yeah, that's fine. Then they give you the paper slip, fold it over with all the different options and a pencil. Then you go into a little booth and you tick the ones necessary and you shove them in a bucket. Is that basically how it works?
Yes,
no,
that's pretty much how it works. But the part that kind of concerns me a little bit is they have really dug in our heads that our vote is a big national secret, and you got to go hide in a corner to do your tally, and then don't tell anyone when you leave. And I don't know, it's just silly.
That's the same here. That's the same here. Yeah.
Is it so we all don't get together and go, hey,
you never know. You might be next to the enemy or somebody, man.
Stab him. Stab him.
Hey, the division lines are very, very deep and bold now. I will say that.
Yeah, they're polarized, but it's not just in your country. It's the same here as well. And a lot of countries are the same. I mean, they're introducing, I mentioned this to you guys just now, they're introducing ID for voting in the UK. And the problem is, of all the list of ID that you need to show, hardly anything is there for young people. It's all old people stuff like bus passes and old age pensioners and stuff.
Very, very similar for our minorities in this country in certain states. They literally tried to make it difficult for them to acquire the proper ID and to go, put their vote in.
It's no good, is it? Yeah, it's no good. We should march up to the Capitol and invite Donald. He's up for that kind of a thing. We could do that, couldn't we? Or has it been done? I forget now.
There was something that happened a while back. Little excitement.
Chaps, how the hell are you? How's it been going?
We got a bunch of rock stars in the chat. I see a bunch.
In the chat, we got some amazing folk in the chat. John, I don't know where John is, and he's not responded, so we don't know if he's coming, but we hope he is. So we hope he's probably just parking the Scooby Mobile at the back with our kit in, our guitars and drums and stuff. Just finding a space to park it. We've got Ray. Ray's in the house. Where is he? There he is. Look, Ray, team Rokk mind blown. Actually, I've got to come up with some new emojis. I noticed the other day I've still got a Stadia one in there. I've got and Simply Porn Gaming. Poor old Simply Porn's getting his chin lobbed off. Is that a Movember mustache, or that's just your normal mustache, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is a stash. Some people call it a crustache. I call it a mustache. But it is freezing here in North Dakota. The frozen tundra has not disappointed. We have snow on the ground.
What's a cross-stash?
That?
Well, no, but what? I mean, that's a mustache. I didn't know that there were variants.
No, he said crustache.
Crustache, like it's crusty. You got crust,
Oh, crustache.
Yeah.
I don't think I should dig any deeper.
Well, I just say, watch. Hey, after whatever you're doing, you need to wash your face, man. Wash your face.
Yeah.
You might want to gurgle too. Gurgle,
and slip up with the toothbrush so you go right up to your nostrils.
Yeah. I thought this was a fry catcher. To save for later.
That's it. Catches all the fries, all the chips. Absolutely. Bjorn is here. Hi. Hey. How's it going, Bjorn? Good to see you, my friend. Today's cooking and rocking homemade pizza. Do you know, every time Bjorn tells us what he's having for dinner, he was saying yesterday, and I'm waiting to hear about his beautiful Swedish dishes, you know, maybe meatballs or something really Swedish. And every day it's hot dogs, pizza, spaghetti. It's like, what? Hey,
I am so I had spaghetti and meatballs, and my wife, she gave me like a giant meatball, and
wow.
I said, no, I gotta cut this in half. I slipped, the meatball flew off the plate, and the dog, I can't make this up. The dog.
Oh, brilliant.
He ate my meatball. Oh my god, the biggest meatball the dog got a hold of.
Wow,
you always gotta hide your meatballs around the dog.
Yeah, hide your balls around the dog. He's a little sausage dog, isn't he? What do you call them? Dachshunds.
He's a Chihuahua and a Terrier. Now,
imagine him with a huge meatball in his cheeks.
Now, in SPG, he's got a cute dog too. I've seen the picture of their dog.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
I don't have a dog, fellas. I'm not allowed a dog. My wife won't let me have a dog. And my life's incomplete without a dog.
I like a cat. My wife, she doesn't like cats. I love cats. And my wife, she doesn't want a cat.
I can see that one. There's something that's hatching down there in William's brain. I can see it. Steam's coming out. He's desperate. Then he thought twice. Then he thought, maybe I won't. Who else we got here? Look, we got Naki News.
Oh, Naki.
Bonjour, mon amigos. Oh, it's a good mix. There's a mix. That's like Splanglaise going on there. Mongalash. Manglish.
Cats are not dumb, Vet. Cats are actually very smart. They're not dumb. They know how to lick themselves.
That's true.
Yeah, but they've got a rough tongue, man. That's
very efficient.
Yeah. No, you don't be. Look at this. We've got a vet in the house. All the talk of dogs and cats. We've got ourselves a vet. So, any illnesses, he's your man.
Speaking of that, shout out to all the vets. We got a special day for veterans coming up soon, and shout out to all the vets, especially Vet Cloud Gaming.
All vets, absolutely. In fact, I noticed earlier, was it Call of Duty? They're doing a special pack for vets for the game. You can get skins and stuff, can't you? It's like a Heroes pack or something. I thought it was a lovely idea.
And I believe some of those funds are being diverted back to soldiers and military personnel. So,
nice. Yeah. We're all for that, guys. We're all for that. Person D18. Guten Abend. Guten Abend, mein Freund. We got young Joe in the house. Let's go.
That's my Marvel Snap buddy. My Marvel Snap buddy there.
Yeah, mate. Marvel Snap. I got some Marvel Snap news for you in a minute, Ray.
Oh, cool. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. PyCon's in the house as well. Yo. ER Gaming, young Eddie. Hello, amazing people. Hope you are all well. Well, thanks, Eddie. Really appreciate that, my friend. Eddie, I put up on the tweet a little four leaf clover, and then I just put top of the hour to you. And I knew nobody, when she saw that clover, nobody's going to be able to read that without doing it in an Irish accent. That's what they were saying. It was right there. Young David saved the day, guys. David Wilson saved the day today because he sent me a message saying, did you guys you got a show today? Is there a show on at all? And I'm thinking, oh crap, I haven't set it up. This was about 20 minutes ago. So I raced in and quickly set it up. So thank you, David. I've had a busy old day today. So appreciate that, my friend. Very, very good. And then we've got Crazy Bad 247. Look at this.
He just followed me recently on Twitch. So thank you, Crazy Bad.
Absolutely, and it is evening for us, not for these two guys, mind you. They're representing morning and lunchtime.
Oh yes,
I would say lunch. It's only 9:11. Ooh, 9:11. Wow, 9:11 here right now.
Well, to be true though, I can eat anytime. So. Yeah.
Do you? Because some people do. I mean, some people have a really late evening meal, don't they? Like 8, 9 o'clock at night. I think that goes against the laws of nature.
It does.
Stuff in your stomach a couple of hours before you go to bed. What's that all about? I'm always saying to the wife, you should have your big meal at lunchtime because then you've got the rest of the day to work it off. And then a nice snacky evening meal just to, so you can chill into the evening, have a good night's sleep.
I got my son's Halloween bucket and he shouldn't eat all that candy. So
you're going to eat it.
So I pick, like right before I go to bed, a couple of candy bars and some jawbreakers. And
nice. Candy bars and jawbreakers before you go to bed? Well, no wonder your dog's nicking your meatballs. The hell's wrong with you, dude? Wow. I've become addicted to cashew nuts.
Oh, I love. Oh. I almost said I love nuts.
Woo! I believe you. I believe you.
Speaking of nuts, you're going to be giving out some nuts towards you're going to be talking about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, this week's giveaway is 3 copies of 60 Days of Black Nut. New Noir. I still don't get that right. But yes, those lovely folk at Black Nut got in touch with me and they've given us love of this, William. They've given us some 60-day passes of their great service. So, giving those out on Friday is the winning prize, as well as everything else that's going on.
Rokk is giving out black nuts.
I am indeed.
I was thinking on the first day of Black Nut, the platform gave to me.
Well, there you go, guys. You're going to get this kind of quality entertainment anywhere else, are you? What else we got? We'll very quickly move through. We got Big Steve. Evening all. Another one of my UK compatriots. Thank you, my friend. Vet's going, Rokk! What have you done? Oh, you haven't gone and stubbed your toe, mate, have you? Is that the last thing you want to do? What do we got? Voting, that's a funny subject. Yes, but it's cloud gaming related.
You got CGD.
Yes, I'm getting down there slowly but surely. I'm only halfway through the list. I'll speed up. We got K-Sport UK, repping for the UK. New Cyberpunk batch is available for Stadia.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I believe it helps with cross progression, so you can transfer your save file over much easier. I believe so.
Seriously, I didn't see this when I was putting the news together, guys. I feel like I've not done my work now. Oh, sorry, guys. Windstar is in the house. And Vet loves pizza, hot dogs, and spaghetti. Let's face it. If it's on a plate, he loves it.
We've seen those plates. We've seen them.
Absolutely. If it's on a plate, it's all.
He's a hell of a griller. You should see.
Wow.
He's got a nice spread. That's what I'll say. He's got a nice spread.
When you say hell of a griller, do you mean like a chimpanzee or?
No. The apron and the tongs, the whole nine.
The ape. I love gorillas. Beautiful animals. Quickly. Crazy bad. We done crazy bad. Phipps is in the house. How are you, Phipps? Phipps, good Abend, Phipps. We got Nightbot. I didn't know Nightbot was allowed in. And there we are, CGD. How are you, Lee?
Stop spamming.
Stop spamming the news.
Nightbot is a tricky one. I added it to my channel as a mod, and then I removed it, and it's still in there, elbowing people, going, quit spamming stuff. So I don't know how to get rid of it.
$5 from Vet. Woo-hoo.
Vet also became another member.
I think he renewed because I'm fairly certain he was already a member, but that's fantastic because the system never tells you they've renewed. It sort of shows them up as a member. But that's brilliant anyway, my friend, and thank you very much for continuing your amazing support, which is stunning. And that $5. Do you know, I think if I look back over the months, Vet's been mostly the guy that's funded the super chats. Bless him. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Right, I've got to the bottom of it. Bless him. Captain's just arrived. Hi,
Captain.
How's it going, Captain?
Hi, Captain.
Oh, and Purple is in the house, gentlemen. Woohoo! I love your new thumbnail, by the way, Purple Haze. It's a gorgeous
awesome
photo.
Thumbnail? That
Beautiful.
is an awesome thumbnail.
She's so beautiful, isn't she? What a lovely, lovely thumbnail. You're allowed to say that. I don't see these days. I had this conversation with a friend over coffee at lunchtime, and he was telling me, we were sort of saying, because we're that slightly older gent, like at what point when you say someone's attractive or a nice dress or whatever, what point does it become?
You have to be careful because you can say stuff like "Thank you, sweetheart," and they could take that as an offense.
Yeah,
it's
I don't mean to be offensive. I often say, "Oh, thanks, my love," on the phone. Thanks, my love, and they go, "Well, I'm not your love."
Yeah.
I know.
Some of it is just the way the vernacular has changed and the way politeness has changed.
Yeah,
and it's very silly, kind of when you think of it. You took offense to that. I really didn't mean it that way.
No, I know, but I think it's all about balance, chaps, isn't it? I'd rather that, to be honest, than live in a world where there was misogyny and racism rife, because we've taken away any of the constructs in society that where it's like open speech and you can say what you want and everybody's getting upset and being hung again and all that kind of stuff. So that went dark very quick, didn't it? Let's get back to black nuts.
Back to the meatballs. Let's get to the important.
Also, gentlemen, be careful with your eyes when you're with your significant other, and if you see something like, "Oh my God," you gotta like just.
I stick at him. I'd love to see Ray doing that. It's difficult, but when you get to our age, Ray, we've learnt tricks and ways of doing it without being detected, haven't we? Yeah. So, it's the young fellas that haven't learned that, and they're the ones that are getting the slaps. Shall we take a look at the news today? We can start over here because it's the first place to be.
Cloud dosage.
Cloud. In my favorite kind of European, I like to refer to them as cloud dosage, which I think it's a beautiful. Do you like that, Ray? Cloud dosage.
No.
Yeah, we're not a fan of that. All right, I'll lose it then. Okay, fair point. Xbox Game Pass. Now, bearing in mind, fellas, this is over the last week, news from the last week, but Xbox Game Pass has started to roll out a friends and family subscription, which actually, although it's about what $7 or $8 more than your basic Game Pass, you can have 4 other people. And they don't even need to be family. As it says, it's friends and family. They don't care. They're not doing a Netflix and saying, no, if they're not in your family, you're not going to get. They don't mind. So if you're able to team up with a few friends and divvy it up, you're talking about like a quarter of half the price or less than having a Game Pass Ultimate. I mean, that's amazing, Ray. And William even. William was there first shut up.
It's very compelling and it's an amazing offer. Now, I realize that the fine print may say something like they have to be in your region to share. Like I couldn't share I couldn't add Rokk to my friends and family, I don't think, because he's in the UK.
Oh, is that right?
I believe so. I believe it's region locked. Yeah. So to speak, but this is very compelling. I think it's very much worth $8 more to share it with 4 people who may not be able to afford the Game Pass, but are interested in playing.
Yes,
very much like Stadia when they rolled that out, and we could share our games with up to 5 people or 6, whatever it was.
Yeah,
it was very compelling, and it made a bunch of people's libraries grow. So I think this would be basically the same thing. It'll open up a lot of people.
Yeah, this is not it says someone's asking, is it in the USA as well?
Not yet. It's coming, isn't it?
I think they said Colombia and Ireland.
Yes, Ireland.
It will be everywhere eventually, but I think I do believe though that is the case about the region locking. But
no, you're right. It says it here. The only restriction: members need to reside in the same country. This is Fabled Alpaca wrote this, guys. He's in the chat. Big wave and a thank you. Oh God, I've got hiccups.
I thought you was. I'm trying to see where that word was on the. Where did you read that at?
Yeah. But €21.99. I don't know. That's roughly. It's about 18, 19 pounds. It's roughly about the same in euros and dollars. And to be honest, with the way the pound is right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was £21.99 across the board. But I think it's about £15 in the UK right now for Oh, here we go. Let's which $10.99 for a single user license. So let's call it twice as much. But if you got a friend to go halves with you, it's not going to cost you any more. And then each of you have got another seat that you can give to a family member or a friend, which I think is great.
So as example, Rokk, what you just said is going to work for Sierra and I very, very much, because I have the xCloud on my TV and I have a computer and all that, and we could both be joining Ray during Wreckfest at the same time, but she needs an Xbox account. And this way we can split the cost. She can get on it and we can still share it with a few people. She's got a younger brother who games, and so I think it's going to be very compelling, and I'm very thankful they're doing something like this.
Yes, absolutely. And you literally will have your own instance of the game. So I've mentioned before, my daughter plays the Disney Star Valley, whatever it's called, game on my account, which means I can't play it because it's only got the one save. And if I go in, it says,
different.
She has her copy, I have my copy.
Yeah, what happens is that you're not sharing a license. Like when you sign up, they get their own license for Game Pass. So you can both play, like, just because you're sharing it doesn't mean that you both can't jump into the same game. Because you don't. Yeah. I think it's going to be very compelling, and it'll help a lot of people shave off a couple dollars here or there, and that's always important during these times,
Definitely. And if you already have a rolling Game Pass Ultimate, so my GPU expires in March next year, because when I bought my Series X, I bought 2 or 3 years of Game Pass Ultimate, right? So what they're saying is they will actually convert it for you. So if you, I mean, I can't yet, but when you can, as it says here, they'll basically go, well, if you've got 30 days of Ultimate in the price, that's equivalent to 18 days of friends and family. All right. Awesome. So they'll take everything that you've already paid for and just convert it into that, and then change the time. So it'd be a month or two, less than you had.
An interesting question though would be this: when they actually, now it's rumored to be giving it to us by the end of this year or middle of next, is to be able to purchase an Xbox game and then play it in the cloud. I wonder how this is going to work with that. Are we going to be sharing those as well, or it'd just be interesting to know.
Well, there you go. What are the limitations?
It says there will be some. You can only be a member of one group at a time, but that's okay. I mean, what would be the point in having 2 Game Pass Ultimate accounts, really? I mean, as the primary account holder, you can only invite up to 4 people at a time, with a maximum of 8 people who accept to join your account per year. So basically what they're saying there is that you can invite up to 8 people, but only 4 of them can actually claim the deal. All right. And you can swap to another one, but you can only do it a couple of times a year, and after a certain period of time, which is very similar, by the way, if you've ever set up a Google family account. Similar thing there. I remember setting up a Google account with my girls, and then I wanted them to be on the Stadia family thing, and realized I'd set them up already on a different Gmail account, and I had to wait a period of time, like however 90 days or something, before we could cancel that and then pull them across to the other. As it happened, they never flipping played any Stadia games anyway, so it was kind of irrelevant, really. But so yeah, there's a couple of little minor obvious things, but in terms of game, I would have thought, William, in terms of xCloud, you would have the same access or restrictions as for everybody. So, as far as they're concerned, it's one of the, you've got a Game Pass Ultimate account. It's in your name, even if you're not the primary account holder, and you've got the same access as everybody else in that group has. So that's flipping good, isn't it? It's as long as, or if you have a family and you just want to share them out, it's still a lot cheaper than getting individual Game Pass Ultimate accounts. Slowly but surely, they're taking over the world.
Yeah. This is great. Because Nick Cannon, who's he's a celebrity out here, he's got like 12 kids. He's just having his 12 kids, so this might help his family out. So
12 kids. Do you, in the States, do you get any kind of social benefits money from the state if you've got a large family?
Different situations. They'll help you out and stuff like
I'm
that.
assuming
There's programs. There's programs based on income all over the country.
Okay.
For food all the way to other help as well. It just, you have to know where to look and who to ask and what to fill out, stuff like that.
Shout out to Nick Cannon. Who is Nick Cannon other than a celebrity with 12 kids?
Oh no.
He does there's a crazy show called The Mask Singer where they have a celebrity in a mask.
Right.
And he's the host. He also does some he has his own talk show and he does some other things. But he just announced not too long ago he's having his 12. He was married to Mariah Carey, which he has twins with her. But he's having his 12. Wow. It just announced he's having his 12th kid. And Nick Cannon, let me tell you something. There's a little thing, that you can go in and they can just,
Oh, don't remind me of that, mate. When I went and had, we won't get into detail, but when I went in for mine, the doctor insisted on playing The Lion King on his CD player. I cannot,
the Circle of Life.
I cannot hear The Circle of Life without going back to the moments.
No, we had a no, there was a co-worker. He said, I'm just, don't make me laugh. I still have the stitches. They hurt. And we would just tell jokes and make them like, he's like, don't make me laugh.
Pop a stitch, didn't you? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's for another day. I've got so many stories. Next up on the news. Of course, GFN's like a distant memory now, but on Thursday, our very good friends over at GeForce Now did their usual thing, releasing the Thursday blog, announcing, because it was the first one for November, they announced a ton of games coming, 11 games the week between the two Thursdays, this week as we sit, and a further 15 coming in November. And of course, there always are a load more as well. But some great ones against Storm, Horsetails, Space Tale, Every Journey. Oh, Space Tale. I'm going to be talking about that in a minute, guys. The Chant, which CGD can't get it to work.
I'm interested in the Chant.
Doesn't it? It looks great, Ray, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But CGD's not been able to get it to fire up for him for some reason.
No.
The Entropy Center, which also looks good. WRC Generations. What's WRC stand for? Is that some sporty thing?
I think that's the cars. It's
okay.
The rally kind of rally.
World Rally. Yeah. Thank you, Ray. Filament, that looks good. That was a free game on Epic Games. So if you claim it now, you're up to Thursday. You're good, and you can play that one on GeForce Now right now, which is cool. Star Ocean: The Divine Force. I did a first play of that the other day. It looks pretty good. It's kind of a Genshin type of a thing.
Did you have that with your spaghetti, Ray? Oh, Pegu. Oh, sorry, it's a different.
Yeah, Ragu. Yeah. Do you guys get Pingu in the States? Do you get Pingu?
No, I don't even know what that is, Rock.
Wait a minute, is that a sauce?
It's a little plaster. It's a little claymation penguin. Map. The dads in the audience will know. Okay. Little Pingu. Risk, Global Domination, Total War 3 Kingdoms. And then I think, here we go. Coming up rest of November, very quickly, The Unliving, Terracotta, which I wonder if that was like a roofing simulator. A little to the left.
Maybe you're digging up all the terracotta.
Exactly.
That's what wait a minute, what's the last song?
Which one?
A Little to the Left.
Oh, that one.
I hear that from my wife all the time. A little to the left, a little to the left.
Oh, that's a different, completely different song that I had in my head, mate.
You're stepping on my foot. You're stepping on my foot.
Oh my God! In a little yum star.
yeah, that's right. You got to be careful.
He read that wrong, didn't he? He 100% read that wrong.
I did the other day too. I did.
I know he 100% misread that. Dear, oh dear. I'm not going to mispronounce it though. Yum Cook Star. There you go. November the 11th. See, Bjorn loves Pingu. meep, meep. He knows. I think it's an Eastern European cartoon or animation. We don't get pink over here anymore, says David. Nah, of course you do, mate. Let alone in the US. Everybody gets a bit of
get pink eye anymore.
No, we had a little penguin called Chili Willy. We got a little penguin.
Oh yes, Chili Willy.
Chili Willy with Woody Woodpecker.
I got pink eye at the Yum Yum Cook Star.
You guys, nobody to turn around. Goat Simulator 3. You ever been into Goat Simulator?
But I've seen some funny streams. I've seen some very. You've not lived until you're walking around with a goat with a pistol in his hand, in his hoof. Okay,
and a massive tongue that goes on forever.
Yeah, that tongue is crazy.
What's that all about?
My son loves Goat Simulator.
Well, number 3 looks good. Evil West, color tone remixed. Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. I was going to say to you the other day, actually, William. And I know we loved playing Dark Tide. Have you managed to play any Vermintide since it came out? Mate, it is Dark Tide, but set in the kind of Lord of the Ringsy type area.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the same thing. So you basically go in, you can matchmake with a bunch of folk, or you can go in with your friends. Then you go through a map, killing all the trolls and the goblins and stuff, and then at the very end you get rewards with chests and all your weapons and skins. I've had the greatest fun, and it's free. And it was free the weekend. You may have missed it now, but on PlayStation it is available on the cloud in PlayStation Plus Premium, so you can actually play it in the cloud there as well right now. And I don't know about xCloud, but certainly it's available. It's on GeForce Now anyway. All of the Warhammer games are on GeForce Now.
Yes.
But mate, it's so much fun. It is exactly the same as Dark Tide, but where Dark Tide is kind of science fiction, Vermintide is set very much in the whole kind of yeah, exactly, the sort of shadows of war and all that stuff. Yeah, it's great fun, and I was playing it thinking, oh mate, this would be so much fun to play with the guys. Meg put me onto it, Megatron X. I knew it was coming out for free, but I picked it up in time. Yeah, I know you're laughing at this. So what I am taking away from that deviation is Ray's wife plays a lot of Tetris a little to the left. Classic battler cry of the Tetrician. Absolutely correct. He would have meant nothing more than that, my friend. Nice save. Guns, Gore and Coley. Heads will roll, Hidden Through Time, Cave Blazers, Railgrade, The Legend of Tian Ding, which is also on Xbox xCloud. So there you go. Some good stuff.
I might give Tia Ding a try.
Tia Ding.
That sounded dirty, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to go play with the ding-a-ling after a while.
Yeah, it was a Chuck Berry number, wasn't it?
I didn't say ding-a-ling. I said Tia Ding.
My Tia Ding.
My ding-a-ling. There is an actual song, folks.
Oh, yeah.
It's called My Ding-a-ling.
Chuck Berry, wasn't it? Chuck Berry? Wasn't it Chuck Berry?
It was Chuck Berry. My
Who wants to play with my ding-a-ling? Showing our age again, Ray.
That was one of the songs I had the DJ play for my wedding.
Yeah. Grumpy Owl. Hey, not all Warhammer games are on, but most are. Thank you, Grumpy. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And next up, well, I'm not going to show a trailer because I got slammed that last week. You know when I showed the Last of Us trailer, they slammed me.
You didn't have audio. You didn't.
I didn't have audio on. They slammed me with a copyright strike, and I had to delete it.
Look, you got to stop showing the trailers because they're
not showing them.
You played less than a minute of it.
I know. And we were talking over the top of it.
They're advertising their stuff, helping them out.
I know.
You know?
On Retro Rewind, we talked about the old horrible movie, The Garbage Pail Kids, and I had a little video playing in the background, and they claimed that, and I'm like, "There's no audio." I fought it, and they gave it up. They said, "Okay."
I did try, but and 9 times out of 10, you're right, mate. If you go back in and say, "Come on, it was for news," they usually they weren't having it. No, you're not having it. Stop it. Okay, I said, I'll delete it, and I'm never going to promote it again. However, this looks pretty good. So, announced literally, is that today? Yeah, today is a Netflix Hang on. No, yes, this is different to what I was going to say. I've got 2 Netflix newses. I had to get my head into this. Guys, this is interesting. So I've advertised this in our news as, is this the first cloud game to come from Netflix? Technically speaking, it isn't, but it is, because you play this with your Netflix account. So it's a trivia quiz, which you play as a program, and 2 of you can play. And you choose your trivia answers and stuff, and it all gets recorded and sends you off down the road in the show and everything. So it's literally like a Netflix-based cloud game. How's that going to work?
That's very interesting. Like my wife and I love silly trivia stuff, and that's something we would sit on the couch and actually play.
Yeah, right. And apparently they've got a trivia show coming out next year. I don't know whether that's like a quiz show or something.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yeah, you're going to get to use your controller like this. So you can both choose, your answers. I don't know how you do that, by the way, whether you do that with 2 separate accounts in 2 different places, how that works.
I didn't think Netflix could make me care. I care about this.
Yeah.
I'll play this with my wife. I actually will.
They've been doing the interactive stuff on Netflix.
They've had a couple of interactive things, right? Yeah, they had an animal one I watched, and they did a science fiction one, I think, which was like a Black Mirror thing, which was really good.
They did WWE wrestling, where they had some wrestling. It was the Undertaker's haunted house, and you had to get the I can't make this stuff. And there was
what's the Undertaker's move, Ray?
The tombstone?
Yeah, was he tombstoning everybody or tombstoning ghosts?
You had, and there was Undertaker had traps in the house. There was 3 wrestlers. They're called the New Day, and you had to direct them through the house. And it was, I can't make this up. And I actually played. Me and my son played it, and it was actually fun.
Wow. I think this is clear, but this is a proper game, though. I mean, those were kind of interactive experiences.
Yeah, no, this is great trivia.
Yeah, this is interesting, and I know that's not when they say they're getting into cloud. This isn't what they have in mind. But I love the fact that they are trying to really push out the boat and try different things, and you can literally play this with your TV controller, I guess. So it says, guided by a host, which is those pair of spooky eyes that we saw. You'll pick if you're playing a solo or against someone else. Each round features an increasingly difficult set of trivia questions, and you'll have a minute to answer as many as you can correctly. So I guess you'll go first, and then you get and it'll record your answers somehow, and then you pass the controller over. You'll be tasked with solving trivia across a bunch of different categories, according to a list of topics provided by Netflix spokesperson. Look at this for a name, Momo Zhu. That's the name you want, isn't it, guys? Look at that.
No, I'd rather have the losers later that you are the weakest link. Bye.
Yeah. Do you have the weakest link in your country? Do you that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that. Yeah, we have that pile of old crap, isn't it? Answers are presented next to a virtual D-pad. You pick the one you want by pressing that direction on your controller or keyboard. Blah 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 blah. So I mean, it's, at the end of the game, you tallies the score. I mean, I doubt it's going to be like a high score type thing, because the whole thing is going to be like those old interactive CDs where it just sends you off to different chapters on the CD. So it might go, congratulations, you've got to the, it's just a load of if then this that kind of stuff, isn't it? And then that'll be it, and off you go. It won't work on a handful of devices, including the Apple TV, which is interesting. So if you want to try it out, make sure you have something that can actually play it. So here we are. Here's the old Netflix page for it. So you can play it on smart TVs, streaming media players, game consoles, except Apple TV, computer browsers, Android phones and tablets, iPhones, iPads, and touch. What's weird how it's not Apple TV, though. Who knows why? Maybe Apple wanted some money for it or something. I don't know how they work. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, it's all going to be good. Something to play with. That's coming up next on. Oh, it may even be today.
Me and my wife will play this.
Yeah. Sierra and I will for sure. Too.
After you've put Tetris down, then you're going to be slip to the left. Another Netflix piece of news, guys. They're making a Gears of War movie and an animated TV series. straight out of Xbox. I almost said Compton for some bizarre reason. I have no idea why. So yeah, they're going to be doing a Gears of War, and I mean, they're going to be doing both the TV series like they did. Was it Halo? No, who did Halo? Who did
Halo?
Disney?
Wasn't that Disney?
Oh,
Paramount. God damn, I can't keep. I think it's Paramount.
It's actually pretty good. I only watched a couple of episodes, but I really enjoyed what I saw. So anyway, they're going to be doing that, and they're also going to be. This is to celebrate the 16th anniversary of the first game's release, plus an animated.
With the movie of Gears of War, if they take a certain approach to the action and they take the storyline and make it pretty serious, I think this could be a really good, compelling movie.
Yeah,
a lot of video game. You know, what's really sad about the video game industry is that the writing is so top notch on a lot of these games that you'd love to see something in film.
Yes.
And then when they get it to go to film, so many cooks are in the kitchen, they ruin it, you know?
Yeah, they give it to a whole new script writer or a script writing team, and they bring or doctorate. They bring it to there, and then you end up with. I mean, the worst one of all was that recent. Was it
Assassin's Creed?
No,
people didn't like that one, but
that wasn't great.
No, he's talking about Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
And the first episode was fantastic, but they drafted in this amazing director from I think from Game of Thrones and script writers, and then they spent a massive amount. And then every other episode was crap. Oh. They literally did the first episode was like all their budget, so that everyone went, "Wow, this is amazing! You've got to watch this. It's fantastic!" And then everybody watches it, and by then they've got you. Classic.
But you know what? You never know. They could get something like Stranger Things. They can get a hit.
Yes.
And make.
Well, that's what I mean. If they take it serious like that, have it be dark, gritty, and have real consequences for the world, I think it could be an amazing movie. It really could.
I agree. I don't know. Did it say it was going to be a movie or a series? It says Gears of War
movie, and an animated series. Yeah,
and an animated series.
The chainsaw. They got to do the chainsaw gun right. They got to do that gun right. They got to do just
so cool.
And they've got to find actors with tiny heads as well.
Yeah.
Big body,
big shoulders, and little heads.
Exactly.
Hey,
tiny heads.
Hey, they did that in Halo. They pulled that off in Halo. I think they could.
Did they? Did they?
Yeah.
I thought Halo was good. I thought it was a good interpretation. That one. Here we go. Cyberpunk anime and the League of Legends show Arcane. This is what it's joining on Netflix. Streaming service working on a bunch of other video game adaptations. BioShock. Imagine that.
That is amazing. If they do the same thing that I just said about Gears of War, but with BioShock under the ocean.
I'm getting worried. See,
it could be so good.
Though,
it could be good.
I'm getting worried.
What's up, Ray?
Think of BioShock filmed like The Walking Dead, going under the ocean and into those. Oh, it'd be so creepy. It could be cool.
And Horizon Zero Dawn.
It is. Look, gentlemen, on paper and with our imaginations, looks great. Can they do it? And I've seen, I've seen an awesome Mortal Kombat movie, and then I've seen what the hell were they trying to do Mortal Kombat movie?
Well, he's got a point, William. He has got.
You got to keep, you do got to kind of keep score. Look at Westworld. Westworld season 1. You couldn't. Everybody was talking about it. It was so big. Season 2 was decent, and then it just kind of crapped the bed a little bit.
I quite enjoyed 3, but it was a bit cryptic.
Yes. And then by now, here's the biggest downfall. So for all of you that don't know, Westworld has been canceled. Season 5 is no longer happening, although the actors are still getting paid for it.
No way.
Yes, they're getting paid, even though they're not filming nothing for season 5. Sadly, it's over. And that's the risk you run with some of these shows. Like, either it's
so much money on it, though. It must have cost a massive amount of money.
I mean, look at the epic first Wonder Woman, and then look at Wonder Woman 1984. Oh my God, what the hell?
Very different approaches to both films too.
Do you know I've not seen any of the Wonder Woman movies? I don't think.
Oh really?
No.
Oh my God.
Are they good?
The
Ray?
first Wonder Woman was kind of like Captain America. The first one was, and then the second one was really campy. It was meant to be the 80s, and
okay,
yeah.
I like the TV series. You're a Wonder Woman.
Wait a minute, hold on. You talking about with Linda Carter?
Linda Carter.
Man.
Did she have a cameo in any?
Yes,
of the
she
films?
did.
Yes, she did.
Yes,
In
she did.
1980.
1984.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Second one.
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep, she sure
Because
did.
you know they're making a new series of Quantum Leap.
See,
I
I don't know.
Good. I haven't seen the new one. I love the old one. I used to love Scott
See, I
Bakula.
saw that. I'm like,
Yeah, but Ray, it's bad news. Bad news, mate. Bad news. Scott's not in it. Scott,
Yeah.
I know.
Scott Bakula or Bakula, he's not in it. And
know.
he flat out refused to be in it.
Oh, really? They tried to bring him back, and he was like, "Oh, hell no."
He didn't want it.
They
Yeah.
tried to do Wi-Fi. They tried to do Magnum PI.
Now, he must have had a horrible time on that show, Rock, because that made him like.
It did
And I
make
get,
him.
I get playing the same thing. You get typecast, and it. I get that, but still, though, to not be doing anything for years and get the
I
call and
agree.
be like, nah.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, do you remember the Dean Stanton role? I forget the name of the character, the guy with the cigar. He wasn't called Ziggy, was he? What was he called?
No, it was Ziggy. Or no, that was the machine. He had his hand. Yeah. I forget what I know.
No, I
what
forget.
Character you mean?
Al. He was called Al, wasn't
Sam.
he?
Yeah.
Sam. No, Sam was the main character.
Yeah,
he was.
that's right.
Yeah, Al. He was called Al, and I thought to myself, well, Scott could play that role as Sam, right? So because he's passed, bless him, Dean Stanton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, decent money if he offered him. But I thought he could play the role that Al played. So he's like the mentor of the new Quantum Leap guy, who is just a hologram. But it was the last episode was so sad when he wanted to go home and he wasn't allowed.
Yes.
He cried. Poor
that was the
Sam.
mining episode, right? With
Yeah, in the bar.
Yep. Yeah, that was a great series, man. It really was.
I loved it.
And you know, Rock, you got a point. That would have been interesting from a story aspect if somebody had to jump in to take his place. He got out, and now he's mentoring the new person on how to navigate all this. It would be really cool.
And it would have been a nice kind of narrative arc connection, wouldn't it? You know?
Yeah.
I just thought I could have done that, but no, he said no, and he wished it well. So that was the end of that.
You gotta, some people, you think they love doing a certain role. And it's like, I've been there, done that. I did it. I don't want to go back to it.
You're right, Ray. And of course, to us, we're thinking, "Oh, we love that," but to them, it's just that's a job. It was just a job, and you know. And I've moved on, and I've now done Star Trek, and I've done this, and I'm in that, and I don't want to be forever known as Sam and Quantum.
And I hate to break it to you, but some of these things we hold so near and dear. You go back and watch them, and you're like, "Oh, that was cringy. Oh, that wasn't so good."
There are two exceptions, I think, William. One is the Waltons. And the other is Little House on the Prairie.
That's true.
I adore those two series. But I think that's because they're kind of period pieces, aren't they? So they never age. It's the ones that are like, you know, aren't you talking about Willis? It's the ones that are set in a time frame.
Yeah.
But Happy Days still kind of works as well.
I tell you what, Ray and I were just talking about this. One that doesn't is All in the Family with Archie Bunker. You can't watch that show more than 10 minutes and go, ooh.
Well, in the UK, it was because it's originally started in the UK.
Yes,
and then and over here it was Alf Garnett, and then they took the premise across and made it Archie Bunker, and it was meant to be a kind of misogynist, racist, pretty nasty, and
like Ray said, he was a wonderful man. He was a wonderful man.
There's a whole lot of shows from the UK. There's a lot of shows. I watched the special. Like, wait a minute, that's from the UK. That's from the UK.
Well, The Office.
Did we do anything? Damn it.
Yeah, no, we've taken a load of yours as well, Ray. The Office is a great example, and there's another one which is now massive in the UK, which I noticed came out, I think, last year in the States, called Ghosts.
Yes, my wife and I watched that. We love that show.
It's a great show, isn't it? Where they inherit a house, and then there are all these comedy ghosts. And that was a UK series. It's still going in the UK. It's now moved to prime time.
I love how it starts. The old lady dying in her house, and they're all, "Oh, she can see us. She's here."
Yeah.
Oh, she fucked off. Oh,
I would love if they did an American version of the In-Betweeners.
Oh yeah.
If
Yeah,
they did,
The In-Betweeners was a superb show.
that would be a hit in America.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movies, Ray, that they made?
Yes, yes.
When they went to
Like
Ibiza
on
and stuff?
holiday when he went down the water slide and I'm not going to tell you what came and hit him, but yes,
They're so funny. They're so funny, aren't they?
love because you can look and you just, oh my god, I just died laughing.
They did, David. They released a new season of Ghosts, but the two are very similar, but they're different. So you've got like an old Viking guy and a Native American guy in your lineup, and we obviously ours are more UK centric historically. But we have a caveman called what's his name? It's got like a name like Colin or something. I forget his name now, but it's just fantastic. Ray, if you've not seen it. I think it was on Paramount in the US.
Yes, it's on Paramount. Yeah. But if you like Ghosts and you've binged the first season or whatever, go watch the UK version because they're very similar and they're hilarious.
You've seen the UK ones as well, William, of Ghosts.
Yeah, one or two episodes.
Right, they are really funny. They're very irreverent.
The premise is just fantastic.
It's great. The guys that do it, they actually started by doing a kids show called Horrible Histories in the UK, and they were like their little sketch shows, and they were great, and they were funny, and they were just kids loved them because it was all about poo and smells and all that stuff, farts.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Thorfinn the Viking.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Thorfinn, but they've since gone on to make Ghosts. They've made movies as well. They did a great one on Shakespeare. But as a kind of a little company of actors, they've got a great body of work behind them. So anyway, we digress, fellas. We do. That's what we do. I quickly, I saw this earlier. It was actually a review for a gaming laptop for $800, which, she kind of says, well, it's okay, but you're only going to get 40, 50 frames per second. But I thought, actually, we've talked a lot about gaming Chromebooks, but here's a gaming laptop that would be perfect for cloud gaming with the ability to still download games and play them locally. So a good alternative to maybe a Steam Deck, I guess, or something on those lines, if that's what you want, if that's what you're looking for. It's called the HP Victus, which is a bit of a dodgy name. But that's what it looks like, Ray. It's got a big old V on the front. Do you remember V with the lizards?
Yes.
I feel like I should be winning my freedom in an arena somewhere.
Exactly. And there's not much more to say about that. It is what it is. Very quickly, moving on. Ray, this one's for you, my friend. You mentioned them earlier, Marvel Snap. Apparently, they're about to release a multiplayer option. Woohoo! For Marvel Snap.
I am
in the game, Ray. Are you
addicted?
Are you constantly playing against the deck then, Ray? When you play then?
No.
Or are you playing against a computer AI opponent? I've
been playing with random people.
So there is a multiplayer component.
Yeah, where's the news there?
No. They set it up for you. If I wanted to play you, or if I wanted to play David or Rob,
it'd be random.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just random, and it's really cool. But this, I'm telling you guys, this game is probably the best card game.
Really?
Ooh, careful. Gwent. I'm
telling you, you will. Joe is my witness. I watched Joe stream it last night. This game is very addictive. If you can play it on an Apple, you can play it on Google Play or Android. Play it on your PC. If you are a Marvel, they got all the different Marvel hero characters and villains with different attributes that you have 3 locations, and you have to put a card down that has a number. So you got a 7 or a 1. That 7 would kind of be like the number to add to another card number.
Wow.
But there's certain powers that you can do to certain cards. And then there's areas that do certain things, like when you land here, it's going to give you +6, or if you land here, it's going to destroy your car. It's going to change. Like there's traps. This game is amazing.
Yeah. Now the reason I brought up Gwent is because Gwent is a card-based game that is a mini game inside of The Witcher 3 and in The Witcher 2, I believe as well. Maybe The Witcher 3. Anyway, you play this little mini game, and they took that mini game and made it a full-fledged real game. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I say, like, when you're saying it's the best card game.
Can I tell you something? If you don't believe me, go look on Twitch right now. Pull up Twitch and you see how many people are playing.
No, it's massive.
Oh no, Marvel's gonna be massive, guaranteed.
Marvel. When I say all the different characters, plus you can upgrade
your cards,
the cards and stuff like that. This is this.
Is it like, it's not like top? Do you guys ever get top trumps in the States? A game of cards, top trumps.
Nope.
No, maybe you do, but under a different name. The idea is that you'd like have a I know Formula One cars top trumps, right? And you divvy the cards up between you and a friend, and then you'd have various stats. And so you would go, okay, my tires on here, they've got a 16 mil tread, and you put that card down, and then the other guy would have to go a better stat than that. Otherwise, you get to keep his card.
That sounds very similar to Magic.
You don't take anybody's cards. You still keep your cards, but you have a chance to make these certain decks. And so I have right now, when I'm playing on my PC, I have 4 decks, and I have my power. I have certain abilities. I take the superheroes' abilities and stuff, and I'm like, and I think of certain situations, and I always got the Hulk backing me up. He's like my last card that I use. But I'm telling you, when they do the multiplayer, you're gonna see a lot of esports. You're gonna see a lot of people playing this game right
Where's
now.
the strategy then, Ray? Because Snap is just a game of chance.
What is it? It's basically,
it's up to your deck.
You want there's 3 locations. You need to at least win 2 of those locations. So whatever card you put down. So let's say you got 10 over here, 7 over here, and 8 over here. That person has to beat your number. But the cards with the superheroes have different abilities that, like the Fantastic Four and the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
The power you have to play it. It's free, people.
So Rokk, the way I think it kind of works is like each card has a value that's either greater or less than the card that you're playing against, and then and you go back and forth, and there's also special cards that negate other cards and stuff. I'm sure it goes as deep as you want it to.
Joe's got it right there.
Oh yeah, based on the deck you build and how you play it. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's up to the deck, like what cards you actually have, how built up they are, and then when and how you play them also makes a difference. Yeah, when and how you play them is going to make a difference.
So it's literally not like the game of Snap I know, where you put a card down, it's Ace of Spades. Someone else puts a card down, it's Jack of Hearts.
Yeah, no, you get to you get to look at all your cards and then strategize. I think on what you're going to lay down and when you will. And then depending on what they lay down and play,
but the certain locations that you put it on can say -5 or -2. And sometimes even you have a chance to put the card down before they even reveal that location. So you might put a 12, a hero that has a 12, and it says -6. Well, it's gonna be -6 that card. You have a villain called Leech. When you throw Leech down, he zaps all the powers of the cards that you have in your hand, and so they takes their powers away. You have Charles Xavier, who, if you put him down in a certain area, he can block the area. That means no card can be put down in that area because he's using his mental telekinesis powers to block it. You have Odin. Oh my God, this game.
Now the cards. I was watching. Angry Poultry, or It's Joe. I was watching him play, and the card effects are really cool. You can tilt them from side to side, and they're like 3D. Awesome. They're 3D, and they stand off from the cards. The art is really, really nifty. It's cool.
Is where do you get it from? Is it Steam, or is it on any platform? Or
I got it from Steam.
You got it from Steam.
on my phone. I have a Samsung.
And it's less than 2 gig. It's less than 2 gigabyte, I think, for the install. It's really small.
Yeah. And I have two. So I have a PC one and I have a phone. But what is also cool is when you upgrade your card, you get bonuses to unlock other cards and add them to your collection. But you're only allowed certain amount of cards. You have to pick the best deck to beat other people's decks.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. You can have the best deck and just not know how to play the cards right and probably still lose too. That's what's interesting about the game.
Lo-Fi said the card effects are a ripoff from MK11. Could be. I used to be into card games. I played the Transformers card game on my phone every day for every 2 years. I spent some money on decks. Yeah.
Oh, this is young Ant. Hello, my friend.
But here's the thing. I have not spent any money.
Wow.
I've been playing nothing. I've been just grinding it out and upgrading and getting all. I have not spent nothing. But now what is cool is they just released the Wakanda. So now you have the Wakanda pack, and then you have the Wakanda sceneries.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's really cool.
Ooh, Wakanda. Have you seen that film yet, Ray? Is it out yet? The new one?
It's not out yet.
November 11th. Where,
a couple of days.
My son's getting braces and he's gonna feel miserable. So we're getting him a phone. He's not getting an iPhone. He keeps saying he wants an iPhone. That ain't happening.
Just put an Apple sticker on the back. He won't know.
But we're gonna go take him to the movies to cheer him up.
That'd be nice.
He doesn't want to get braces. And I'm like,
bro,
you ain't gonna
He'll
get a girl.
appreciate it later. You're
not gonna get a girl with buck teeth, man. Come on now.
Yeah, look at me. It's the last thing you want. My perfect set of English teeth. I'm going to get into this, Ray. I need to have a look at this. So you reckon what, mobile or PC? Or...
I swear to God, when I looked at it, I thought just like everybody else, I was skeptical. I said, "Oh my God, it's another money grabber."
Yeah,
this game is addicting. It's awesome, and I can't wait to play Joe. When they go multiplayer, man, it's me and you. We'll stream it.
Nice.
And I will win.
You will. I'm no doubt of that. So a couple of very quick pieces of news. Football Manager 2023 is now It is now available on to play in the cloud, Ray. You can play it xCloud on your Game Pass Ultimate account. So that's kicking around in there now, console version. PC version came out a little bit sooner. But now there's the console version, which is 100% playable in the cloud. I saw this earlier, just haven't signed in, so that's good news if that's your thing. And finally, Esther, in the news, this coming up, it's the 25th anniversary of Ratchet and Clank, and to celebrate that, this month on PS Plus Premium, they've added 5 Ratchet and Clank games to the collection. The only one apparently now that you can't play in the library of PS Plus games is the Drift. Is it Drift Apart, William? The very latest one?
I believe so. Yeah, the very latest installment.
That's the only one.
Ratchet and Clank has been a fantastic mascot slash IP for Sony, they've made some real quality products, man. And I haven't checked out the latest one, but I have watched some people play it, and it looks amazing.
These are all PS3 games, so I don't see any reason why they won't be playable in the cloud. So they typically put their PS3 and PS4 games into the cloud. They've yet to put anything from PS5 in there. Certainly not in the main cloud library, but we remain hopeful, particularly with their results of late, which haven't been great, have they? But there you go. That, my fellow friends, is the absolute news. And we'll quickly shuffle along. Are you guys okay for time? How are we doing from your point of view? You good? Ray's good? You good, William? Okay, my friend. So we're gonna go. We haven't got stingers anymore, but I will find sometime I'll make them. It's time for William's Wanger, of which today we have, and there he is, Simply Porn Gaming, starting soon. Let's move across to the Outer Worlds.
Yes, the Outer Worlds is an RPG. Basically, it's kind of a play off of Fallout New Vegas, but in space. It's not such an open world. You have smaller sandboxes to explore the planets and whatnot, but it is absolutely fantastic. It's an RPG. It is, like I said, very similar to the Fallout New Vegas style. When you start your game, you pick your character, your background, how much strength you have in a few things, and you're off to the races. It's a very interesting story. I'm not going to give it away or anything. But that guy, Phineas, he is a crazy man, and he unfreezes you and your adventure starts. So you have about 5 or 6 main worlds that you explore. During the course of the game, you go to each one of them. You have NPCs to talk to. You have decisions to make, all kinds of things going on. But before you go run around and explore Halcyon, which is what it's called, you're going to start by picking your difficulty. If you have ever played a first-person shooter, turn the game to hard mode. I know that sounds stupid, but when it says medium, it's actually super easy. And when you choose super easy, you can beat the game by just like walking through it. Like it is extremely easy, extremely easy. So if you're half competent in a first-person shooter, go with hard mode. Trust me. Because that's just the way it is. Each of your characters, and you have like a bunch of them that you can recruit and you can play with and all that. Each of them have a helmet, and if you want to see your character and how you created them, you have to turn off helmets. Because it boils down to a personal preference, but it is possible to turn off companion helmets and your own, so you can actually see your face. It does make a little bit of a difference, especially during dialogue. And you should, if you're not going to be lethal and just kill everyone, you should definitely invest in dialogue and stealth skills, because the dialogue, the more you talk to people, it might unlock new dialogue interactions with another character. So it'll open up a path that doesn't involve just killing something or doing what you're supposed to. There's multiple ways around what they're asking you to do. Very much so. There's always another way to do it. So you can persuade, lie, intimidate. Your stealth lets you sneak, hack, and lockpick. You have skill points to assign. You also have negative perks and positive perks that you can assign to yourself. Like this guy, I'm going to help him. I'm going to heal him. And then I'm going to talk him into giving me his gun. Once he does that, I'm going to shoot him in the forehead. It's just, it's just a play style that happened to work this time around. But they don't punish you for playing the way you want. So as you're going to see, I'm going to talk him into giving me his gun, and then I'm going to kill him. But it doesn't stop the game in any way. It just means that I won't ever have dialogue with this guy again. And if I run into his mates later, maybe they say, "Hey, did you see so-and-so? You did what?" That kind of stuff. So watch, I'm going to persuade him, and he's going to go, "You're right.
You're a cold-blooded killer."
Yeah, watch. Yeah, I got some spare ammo even. Hey, thanks for patching me up. Now watch. I'm going to go, "Hey, nope."
Wow, really?
Yep. And now, hey, and look, here's a good tip. Watch, you get armor right away. You get his right.
Whoa. Looked like you were getting more than that.
Yeah, it was right there. Good tip.
His pockets were not empty. I will say that.
Wow.
All right. Another thing, when you're in combat, make sure you dodge, roll around a bit. It's a basic skill. But you'll constantly forget you got it, or you won't use it. But if you put a skill point into dodge, it's definitely worth having. When you're exploring the areas, like this is a smaller sandbox. It's not a giant open world. And I'm also playing on xCloud. So it's not necessarily huge, large open worlds, but they're smaller sandboxes that are open. So when you get to civilization on the planet, there'll be a bunch of NPCs that can give you missions and this and that. And then as you explore the world, more missions reveal themselves. So what I would suggest is complete quests in each town before exploring outside. You may have to do that. And then when you explore outside, go back to the town and things may have changed. You may have a different dialogue conversation that propels the story even further. That ends up becoming your ship. And you're not supposed to kill her either. You're supposed to talk to them. But I decided that they had to go. And the only benefit of doing this stuff is their weapons and their high-level gear that you can put on and stuff. But like I said, the game lets you decide how you're going to play, which is really, really cool. And here's another little tip. Steal whatever you want. Just don't let anybody see you doing it. Don't let anybody catch you stealing, and everything will be just fine. Wow. But it can cause confrontation, and you can end up killing somebody you wanted to speak to. So make sure they're not looking, and steal whatever you want. Your companions, each one of your companions has, that was a bag lag spike. Okay, so remember to use your companion abilities. So as you recruit 3 or 4 people and you add them to your team, it's much like Guardians of the Galaxy, how you can select a special move and they will go and do that. You can also make sure what kind of fighting style they're on. And what I mean by that is you can turn them aggressive to where they run forward and just attack everything. Or you can have them be cautious. They'll run forward but not engage. Maybe yell something back to you. Stuff like that. Check your weapon levels because your guns degrade and they also have levels. So constantly repair them, swap them out. Adjust companion behaviors. That's what I was just mentioning. They have perks and skills for themselves, and you have to select if they're going to play aggressively or not. If you're trying to sneak around and they're being aggressive, there's no way you're going to sneak. You're going to be very loud. You can spend credits on your favorite weapons by changing them, manipulating them a little bit. And much like New Vegas, each one of your companions have companion quests that then make them like you or work with you better, and you'll get new perks from them, pretty much.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it.
That's fantastic. And when did you play it, William?
I played this when it first got released.
Okay.
And I haven't played through both of the DLCs. I realize there's 2 DLCs out now.
Right.
I have not played those, but I believe I put about 25 hours into the first playthrough, or 20. And it definitely it has replayability.
No, that's great.
The story doesn't change and shift dramatically, but it does change and shift depending on your play style and the choices you make. So definitely worth a repeat.
It's available at the moment on xCloud, so you can play it on Xbox. That's why I pulled this up. I went and had a little look on that great website that I try and look at all the time, which is called cloudbase.gg, and it's where you can put the name of a game in and it'll tell you what cloud platform it exists on. So nice. These 2 are always there because, of course, they're really virtual PCs and you can play anything you want on those. But this one is on Xbox Cloud or xCloud or Xbox Cloud Gaming, whichever one you want to call it. So
it's on xCloud and Xbox Game Pass. You can install it right to your local hardware if you'd like, or play it in the cloud for ease of use and availability. The thing I will say, the last imparting thing I'll say is if you liked Fallout, New Vegas, definitely give this a look because it feels very similar but in space, and I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, my friend. And once more, another game that I want to go and play now. I'm still trying to get to Shadows of Doofa, but it's such a great review. Thank you. Well, Ray, very quickly, shall we run through what I'm now calling Ray's gaze as you look into the future? You gaze into the future. Tell us what's coming up.
Well, thank you, Rokk. Well, on Amazon Luna, I think we already talked about it last week, but Windjammers 2 is out. They also have the Smurfs Mission, The Leaf. So So if you guys, I don't know if you remember the Smurfs, they were little blue creatures, Papa Smurf, la la la. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's funny, Ray? This is true now.
Mhm.
My friend's mother was so religious, she would not allow him to watch this cartoon.
What?
Why? Because it was all the guys and one lady?
No.
What?
It was the old man and the cat. Gargamel and Azrael are demon names in the Old Testament. He was not allowed to watch because of that.
No way. Wow.
Hallelujah. No, I loved the Smurfs when I grew up. I watched them. I used to sing the theme song. I thought Smurfette was hot. And
she was blue.
Yeah, she was.
Did you have that song? There was a song released in Europe. It was "Where Are You All Going To?" Did you have that song?
No.
La 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 la. That was a Smurf song. I'm surprised you didn't have that one.
I didn't know. No. So, once again, guys, check out Windjammers 2 and the Smurfs in Mission Relief. Awesome. And, of course, already talked about xCloud Football Manager 2023. I can't wait. My team is going to be Manchester City. That's the team I'm going to be using in Manager 2023. Also, and I streamed and I played this last night, Go Song. It's a road-like kind of 2D side scroller, beautiful music, beautiful game. If you guys like Metroid and you remember the game called Grime, take Metroid, take Grime, fuse it together. That's what you got right here in Go Song.
You've streamed it, William, haven't you? Go Song?
No, I haven't.
It must have been John then. I know it was one of us.
No, it was Ray.
Yeah. And then
Ray.
Yeah, Ray. Oh, okay. Maybe John did. Yeah, I have not.
And then Boosteroid, man, they just look. You guys can say what you want about Boosteroid out there, but they're cranking out the games. They got Medieval Dynasty, Scum, which you can also play that on GeForce now, and I think you can also play Medieval Dynasty. But I have Scum. I have never finished it. I need to go back, but you can now play that on Boosteroid.
I've never heard of Scum before. Is that
what? Let me tell you. The first thing that you can do with Scum is, you know how you put your character together on Cyberpunk 27.
Yeah.
Same thing with Scum, but you can make your penis even larger. You can actually stretch it to the floor if you want to.
Awesome.
Anyway.
I have a bad back, Ray. What are you doing?
Scum basically.
Bathroom floor gets cold.
But Scum, I mean, you create your character. You're out there in a crazy world where there's, of course, it's the apocalypse. There's zombies. There's monsters.
Wow.
There's this is an amazing game. And once again, you can play it on Boosteroid and you can also play it on GeForce now.
No Game Pass though, huh?
No, this ain't coming on Game Pass.
What's the cost of this game? It looks cool. It really does. The graphics are amazing.
I've not heard of it before.
Me neither.
Let's see, what's the cost right now? It should be super. This game's been out for a while. Game's been out for a while.
$12.99 on CD keys, so about $14-15, I guess.
Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah.
There you go.
Then also on Boosteroid, they got War Tales, Victoria 3, Gloomwood, Steel Rising, and one of my favorite fighting games, Injustice 2, with the DC villains and characters.
Nice.
And then, go ahead, sir.
No, I was going to say, I think I've got some codes coming up for Boosteroid as well soon. So we'll be adding those, not this week, but we'll be adding those into a future drop as well. So you can give it a go, can't you?
And then I also wanted to add real quick, he was the former president of Sony Entertainment, Yoshida. He did a recommends 10 games from the PlayStation Plus Premium Classic catalog. And I got to tell you, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a disc that came out and there was a game called Jumping Flash where it was like a rabbit, but you're kind of like you're driving this robot rabbit that jumps all over this kind of 3D world. I loved playing Jumping Flash. So
just a heads up, since we're talking about these new games, Halo is getting a massive update right now for all the people that have Halo Infinite. It's being rolled out right now. It's about 11 some gigabyte. If you update your Halo, you can invite up to 3 people to join you co-op for the main campaign now.
Yep.
Oh, I finished it though.
Yeah, I'm just starting it, so I'm excited.
I'm actually where SPG is. That's where I'm at. We're kind of like at the
there you go. You should hook up together. Get a little stream going down.
Oh yeah, we're going to hook up later on.
So Rain's a great game.
It's an awesome game. Awesome game.
And what's the one with the little chihuahua going on there? What's that one? Is that Rain?
No, that's the zoo. That's the zoo. If you scroll down, let's see. It's part of
zoo. Tekken Ape, Jack, Echo Chrome, No Heroes Allowed, Siren Blood, Ico, Tokyo Jungle. Jungle.
Imagine all the animals you can summon in a city.
Yeah, you're right. There you go. That sounds about right. It's a game about a dog surviving in Tokyo. So these are all games that you can play right now on PlayStation Plus,
on the Plus.
In the cloud.
Yeah, and this guy,
awesome.
Yoshida, he was the former president. He stepped down. And he's just saying, hey, this is what you guys should be playing on the PlayStation Plus.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, chaps.
Not a problem.
Just very quickly, we'll say goodbye and good night to these lovely folk. Before we do that, just to remind you, there are, in fact, 3 giveaways currently working away through the world of Rokk. One of them is for the 3 times 60 days of Black Melt, which I'll be giving away this Friday on the wonderful Wheel of Fortune. If you are a Team Rokk member, of course, you are already in there. If you're not, then just do stuff that I say on Twitter. I'm not allowed to tell you on YouTube what you have to do, Ray, because they're likely to ban me. But it's not nasty, but they don't like it. So you got to check out my Twitter for all this stuff. Ragnarok, that's coming out tomorrow. If you're quick, you've got to be quick, because I think you've got until midnight my time, which is 18 and another 4 hours. 6, 7, 8, 10, about 6 hours. If you're quick, you can get in. I'm giving away Ragnarok tomorrow, plus 60 days of PS Plus Premium.
Wow!
So you go and look at that, and that's been the most popular giveaway by a country mile. And then finally, a little bit longer, 25 days down the road, December the 2nd, day and date release of Callisto Protocol, and I'm giving that one away. That's on multiple platforms. You can choose whichever platform you want. And I will be giving away 60 days of, depending on your chosen platform, GFN 3080, xCloud, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, or PS Plus Premium. Any one of those 3, you're going to have 60 days of that to go with it as well. So there, Rokk is giving out. I've been giving out the black nerds. Giving right out. They're knocking them around the room, I am. Gents, what are you up to for the rest of the week?
Myself, tomorrow at 12 CST PM, Ray Sherrod, myself, Dismal Gaming, and David Wilson, if he can stay awake, are going to be playing some Halo co-op multiplayer.
So you are going to be getting together to play Halo?
Yes. Tomorrow we're going to restart the campaign, and we're all going to start from scratch and run around and see what kind of chaos we can start.
So you all get to be Master Chiefs, or do you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, as you know, since you've beaten the game, as you explore the world, you kind of like save Marines and stuff like that. Like we're all just
they
basically
join you anyway, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just basically all Marines, kind of. But
that's brilliant.
It should be fun though.
That's tomorrow.
Yes, I mean, just think you could be driving a Warthog, your buddy can be in the back shooting, and then you could have somebody flying and shooting from that.
Oh yeah, the flying's great. You can hook onto them and pick yourself up, and
grappling hook. It's amazing. Yeah. And I'm shit shooting at other people, so I'm so glad we can all shoot at some NPCs together.
Oh, no, that's going to be fun. And what else have you got lined up? Because that's Wednesday. You got Thursday as well, haven't you?
Yeah, and then Friday. Nope. So
Friday,
Wednesday,
sorry.
Wednesday's Halo, and then Friday I'm going back to some Blade of Galadriel, Shadow of War DLC.
I thought you'd finished, or was that the other?
Shadow of War I did. But there's two DLCs, and they both, one of them slightly continues the story, but the Blade of Galadriel is very important not to miss if you liked the story, because it fills in a big chunk.
Oh, amazing. Raymond, apart from Halo tomorrow, what else have you got lined up?
Well, tonight I'm doing a sports show with Vet. I'm not gonna stream tonight. Usually I do Amazon Luna, but I'm gonna take a break.
Thing.
I gotta watch to see what's going on with the voting tonight. And then but I am gonna do some Snap on Thursday, Marvel Snap on Thursday. So guys, just look for Ray3473 on my Twitter page. I'll just put what I'm doing, and then thank you. Chat's amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic. As for me, what have we got? Rock Around the Clock tomorrow and Thursday, and of course Friday. Thursday night, Rock Players. Thanks for joining last week, by the way, guys. That was really cool. So we got a bit of that going on, and I'm going to Fridays. I'm mixing up a little bit. I'm going to be doing like I did last week. I shall do a game an hour before Rock Around the Clock. And then Rock Around the Clock will have the Wheel of Fortune with the Black Nuts. I might even play something on Black Nut, Ray. I've got a Black Nut account. I may be playing something on the old Black Nut there on the Friday. You're never quite sure. A little bit of the old Black Nut. It'll be rather good, I reckon. Either way, chat. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. It's the cashew nuts, I blame. Thank you guys for joining today. It's great to see you all, and thank you, my competitors, my Uber rock stars is what they are. And guys, we'll be all back again next Tuesday. And who knows? We may even get This Week in Stadia next week. You never know, do you?
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, guys. Too soon. Oh, but you did say that Cyberpunk's got a Stadia update, so there is some Stadia news.
Yep. They absolutely are trying to help people migrate their saves over without having to do Google Takeout, which is amazing.
Derry Girls, brilliant shout. They are. It's a kind of an Irish in-betweeners, Ray. But
just so you know, I love the Derry Girls. I watch that.
Right.
They're always getting in trouble.
Ray is up on his British culture, my friend. He's aren't you, my friend? There's very, very little that Ray's not seen.
I tell people out here to go check it out.
Got a new Doctor Who starting soon, William.
Yeah, I heard that. Are you excited?
Yeah, I dropped out with the last one. She never did it.
So you either love Doctor Who or you don't, or you're oblivious to it.
I loved it up to Matt Smith. I loved Matt Smith, and then after Matt Smith, I fell out of love with it. I felt they were trying way too hard to be a big budget American thing.
The guy from House of Dragons. That's the guy?
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
He was a great Doctor. And everyone before that, I loved Doctor Who. After that, not so much. But I'm hoping with the new guy to get into it again. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Yeah.
I know Doctor Who's beloved. And like I said, you either love the Doctor or you don't like him at all. Yeah.
No, well, I've grown up. I mean, he's been, it was around when I was a kid. And it was John Pertwee was my favorite. And he was the second, I think he was the second or the third Doctor. He was the third Doctor. And then after him was lots of others. Right, let's get out of here. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, chat. Take care. We'll speak to you all soon. See you soon.
Go vote.
Go and vote. Go and vote. And vote with your brain. Vote with your brain. See you later.